Hello, everyone. I am the one, the only, Damon the Scorpion Pill, the closest thing to divinity on Earth, and I am joined by my lovely sister, Papalakalie, or as she likes to be known,
Tell.
could still embellish more. We are a cyclone of fright, and we want to welcome our ghouls, goblins, and ghosts to this video. And of course, if you don't know which one you are, then you're a...
Ghoul.
That's right, you're a ghoul. Now, today's video is a little different than the ones we've been doing, but it should still be fun. What we are going to be doing is pretty much a 4-minute story, but to make it more interesting, we're going to do it relay style. So I'm going to start us off with 30 seconds, getting the story underway. And then my sister is going to take off on the next 30 seconds, throw it back to me, and we will continue that. Since I am the one starting, and it's 4 minutes long, with us switching every 30 seconds, that does mean the ending will be on her. Now, luckily, she's had no time to think whatsoever about this, because she's finding out about what we're doing in the video right now. How does that make you feel?
Very nervous.
As you heard, very excited.
I don't think that's what I said.
That's totally what she said. So, let us start.
Now, start the timer.
Yes, start the timer. Okay. There once was a girl named Buffy. Now, Buffy wasn't the most popular kid in school because Buffy wasn't like the other girls. Buffy had something special about her. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking Buffy was a vampire slayer. No. Buffy was the magnificent and wonderful leader of the...
Desperate Heartaches.
It's all you.
Cool hip new band that Buffy decided to try and start as a way to interact with her peers.
Keep going.
I'm not really sure why she decided randomly to start this song band, because she sings about as good as a out of tune trumpet.
Okay, so Buffy's band, which makes her special, not because the band is good, but because the band is so terrible that everyone there knows and respects them for even getting on the stage. So, now you might be thinking, what can Buffy and her band do? Well, it's obvious. They're playing prom. The school was totally okay with it because Buffy and her band are charging them nothing. Free entertainment. And they don't really care what the students think as long as, it costs them less money.
Well, as you can guess, Buffy and her friends, the band, were not very popular at prom. In fact, I'm pretty sure some tomatoes may have gotten thrown at the band. Definitely no brawls being thrown at the band, as some artists apparently have happened. But they did manage to make it out alive, so there's that. And they didn't die before, prom queen was announced.
Now, sadly, right after prom queen was announced, 2 out of the 3 members had an allergic reaction to the tomatoes that were being thrown at them, and they seized up and died. Now, they could have been saved except for people were busy dancing, hailing the new prom queen, so they couldn't be bothered to get them the medical attention that they needed. And Buffy thought that getting them the medical attention and interrupting the dance would make her even less popular, so it couldn't be done. You know how that is.
And of course, as standard procedure, the school nurse couldn't administer an EpiPen for any of them without parental permission. And even if she had been able to, we all know how expensive those things are, so she couldn't afford to waste them on two people who were currently dying from a tomato overdose. Because who knows, someone else might have been stung by a bee. I guess we'll never know. Well, looks like Buffy is the only person remaining in the band.
Now, as everyone knows, with this type of situation, the prom queen was jealous that people dying might overshadows people's, memories of the night. So she goes and grabs a bee and stings herself, knowing she's deathly allergic to them. But fortunately for her, everyone had an EpiPen ready to save her. And the entire night is remembered and held as the night the prom queen was saved and heroically made it. Time to wrap it up. You're leading us into the ending.
Well, I guess you could say that the prom theme was a prom to die for. But it sounds like only two people apparently died because everyone suddenly was very filthy rich and had EpiPens. Who knew that a bunch of high schoolers could afford EpiPens, or maybe their parents could? Were they also driving BMWs and Mercedes Benz and everything else? I guess so. They were some rich mofos.
So, the ending that you came up with was everyone there was rich, except for Buffy and her friends. Is that correct?
Well, every school has to have the people that aren't rich, because if everyone was rich, then the filthy rich people would feel like they were less popular somehow.
Well, that was our 4-minute story. It might have been a little rough to start off with, but I think that as we do more of these, some people might get a little bit more in tuned with their inner narration. After all, we are authors, so telling stories is kind of what we do. Some just don't like to be put on the spot with it. Don't know who that is, though.
Sure you don't.
Anyways, you guys have a great week. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Have a good one, our ghosts, ghouls, goblins, and any other weird, supernatural creature that might fit in that category. Like, I don't know, zombievers. Which, yeah, that's a thing that exists in a movie, but we don't talk about that.
No, I don't think that we do.
Bye, guys.
Bye.